Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am Kevin T. Robertson, CEO of SpeakerFocus.com, here with the one and only Mr. Auston Troyer and the rest of the team from SpeakerFocus.com. We welcome you to another exciting Monday group call where we answer any and all questions pertaining to growing your speaker business. I want to share with you today as people are showing up in the queue. Hey, Lisa Allman from Albuquerque, New Mexico. How are you? Doing super fantastic over here, Lisa. Thank you so much for showing up on the group call, always with your undying support, and your speaker business is growing leaps and bounds every single week. I want to share with you my mindset for today because I had some challenges, as we do at speakerfocus.com. Every day something pops up that's new. When you are managing technology and you're managing growth and new things and personal and professional development, these things get very challenging at times, to say the least. And you are dealing with your fair share of limitations as you are delving into new things that are helping your business grow. So I want to help you understand a mindset of overcoming these challenges. Just take it one thing at a time, simplify, and just organize your resources to attack that one problem. Don't worry about things that you think are going to happen tomorrow, because we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Deal with the right here, right now, this 1 second. What can I do right now, this 1 second, to advance my business? How can I learn a new piece of information? How can I create a new piece of content to help me grow? These are the things that we face every single day. I am no different from you, but I am damn sure expert at solving problems. And this is all we do, is help you solve problems about your speaker business. The growth and development of you personally and professionally is important to us at speakerfocus.com. If anybody has any questions that they have, feel free to use the raise hand feature. Put your hand up and I will get right to you. If you want to ask us a question through the Q&A chat box, you're more than welcome to do that as well. We are here to answer any and all questions that you may have, from messaging to sales tools to technology to getting together your speaker video demo. Here's another thing that pops up a lot. People ask me when they submit their speaker video demo, what should I be submitting? You should be submitting all of your practice signature programs. If you have not done that up to this point, send it over. We're not here to stand in judgment of you. We're here to help you. So whatever you need to do to keep growing your speaker business, it's a process. Anybody that has any questions, please feel free to use the raise hand feature. If there are no questions, we don't have to keep the call long. If there are not any questions, then we're going to keep the call very short. Okay, so I can get some engagement. I'll tell you what. Okay, we got us something in the chat box. Your sample speaker video demo, Lisa, should be as long as you want it to be. I'm not really looking, it's not really a time frame on your speaker video demo of just, I need to make sure you have, remember from module number 2, KTR COC formula. I'm just looking to make sure you have command over your content. That means that you can present that very professionally. Goes back to KTR's 3 Ps that I'm checking to make sure that all of your content for your signature programs are polished, poised, and professional. Remember, it's all about COC and the 3 Ps. Do you have command over your content? That's the first thing I'm checking for. If you're in a robe and some slippers, I don't give a damn. I am checking to make sure you have command over your content. The next thing I'm checking for is to make sure that it's polished, poised, and professional. Now, it doesn't need to be at the level of your completed speaker video demo. I just need to make sure that you're moving in the right direction. That's all. Students turn in some great examples of their speaker video demo prior to them actually dropping the final version of the speaker video demo. So, that's fine. You just got to take it in stages. As long as you're turning in something so we can provide you some feedback. That's really what the main thing is. We want to be able to provide feedback. So in your mind, you can say, okay, got that done, move on to the next stage. That's what this is really all about. It's really all about you advancing. That's all we care about. Hey, Tanya, giving a shout out. Tanya, you make the best videos, and your content and your coaching program is absolutely amazing. Okay, again, we're going to keep the group call short if I don't have anybody that needs help with questions. If you want to put it in the chat box, that's fine. Or you can use the raise hand feature to answer your question. Are you struggling with anything? Do you have a question that you did not submit in support? Okay, here we go. Ramon's going to be the brave soul to start everything out. Ramon.
How you doing?
I'm doing super fantastic, man. Hey, Ramon, it was a challenging Monday, but I tell you, brother, it's a beautiful thing to gather your resources and come up with solutions to business struggles that we all face every single day. I tell you, this morning started out really, really rough. But when you do business with Auston Troyer, he puts a smile on my face. Hasn't been one time he hasn't been able to figure it out. And him and the tech team amaze me all the time how they take us to another level. It was a struggle, brother, this morning, but I ended my day. They had me on the ropes in the morning, but I feel that championship mentality coming back down.
Okay.
How about you, brother? How was your day?
Pretty good. I'm coming back from Miami.
That's what's up.
I'm doing my blogs for my website.
Okay.
Is that particular? Am I supposed to gearing those blogs towards the conference coordinator or to the general reader visit my site?
Be a really good idea, Ramon. I think Lisa, you're very welcome for your Lisa, you're very welcome. Ramon, what I think I've been talking about this for the past 2 or 3 weeks, and I've been telling all of you, my new website is going to be a literal playground for conference coordinators, meeting planners, chair, board, or committee members. I'll have interviews about conference coordinators. I will be posting on my blog. I will be posting exclusive articles and content that you can only get on my brand new website, strictly for conference coordinators. I will be posting videos with messaging to help conference coordinators with things post-pandemic, help them manage stress in a better way to become a better leader when they're going into their conferences. Let me tell you something. This is an ongoing challenge, Ramon, that meeting planners and conference coordinators have been struggling with for years. Nobody cares about them, bro. It's like they do all this stuff to pull off these really huge events, but nobody is developing products. Nobody's developing services. You have to, as a speaker, you have to come up with a product that solves a problem. And these conference coordinators, bro, they really put it on the line. They're in the top 5 when it comes to stress. So my recommendation to you is, yeah, you can post about leadership and generalized things. That's great because you can write about your experience because you have a wealth of that in the leadership field. But bro, hey man, it's nothing wrong with making it all about the conference coordinator. Why wouldn't I make it all about them when that's the person that has my check? Like, they got the money. Doesn't that make sense to you?
Oh yeah.
Then do that.
All right. Well, that's what I'm doing. I got
you. Ramon, this is what I recommend. Post about, give me like at least 15 to 20 posts on your blog, on your website that's strictly geared towards the conference coordinator.
Okay.
So when I go to your website, and this goes for your social media as well. When I go to your social media, and whatever I start clicking around on, that's what the conference coordinator is going to be evidentiary facts about the way you manage your speaker business. And the content on there, when they start picking and probing around, I just want you to showcase your expertise at the highest level possible. This is what I would do, Ramon. When you write an article on your blog, send it over to support. Send it over to support. Let us review it before you put it up on your blog and say, "Oh, Ramon, that's exactly what we need." Boom, you need to post that up right away.
All right. Well, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I got 2 written already. I'm gonna rather 1 written already, and I'll send you the 3 that I want to post here by the end of the week, and I'll send to support. The other thing is that I do have 2 Facebook posts, Facebook profiles. One of them I'm going to make into my business. To support my speaker business. The other one is still be personal, but it won't be the one. Well, I don't do any turn up type stuff anyway, so but I think it'll still be supportive of both my business and my personal life.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ramon, remember this as well. Remember, you know, it's all about you controlling the narrative.
Right.
And one thing that you have the ability to do when you're creating content is, number one, when the conference coordinator starts doing research on your brand, then you're able to control what they see. What kind of leadership speaker are you? What are the topics that you offer? What's your ideology, your approach? Excuse me. It's so easy to get an idea of what kind of speaker you are. And again, that's why you want to put together the right kind of speaker video demo on the website the way you did. Because like I got a real clear picture of who you are. And then lastly, when you're posting this content, you just want to deal with the facts of whatever it is you're talking about. And the more you're talking about a niche, the better off it is for you when the conference coordinator or buyer comes to your website and starts clicking around on all your videos.
Right.
You could do some videos as well, articles and videos. And another thing, you don't have to wait around to be a published author. When you have a blog, that's your opportunity to literally control the platform of exclusive content that they can only get. See, you should be posting on your blog. You should post articles that they can't get on your social media.
Okay.
They have to come to the website to get that exclusive content. And that's why you're going to see me doing a series of interviews with from the small meeting planners to the higher level conference coordinators to do the real big events. I'm going to showcase it all because I want our platform to benefit from that and understand how these conference coordinators think. All of them have the same goal. How can I create the best experience for people attending my conference? And so when they look at your content, I want you to be able to have content that allows them to do their job at a higher level coming out of this pandemic.
Okay.
Okay.
I got it. All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Looking forward to seeing some of your material that you present.
Okay. I'll be sending it soon. Thank you.
Okay, boss. Be safe, man. Travel safe on that road.
All right.
All right, man. Okay. Let me see. Wayne has I don't see any other people with their hand raised at the moment. But I will go to Wayne. Let me see. Wayne, coach, did you receive professional photos and bio broken into 8 paragraphs? Also, I sent Austin a note about struggling with creating my website. Has he received? Well, Wayne, I believe that we did receive the email when you said you were struggling with the website. I'm not sure if you got into module 5. I don't believe you had a real specific question, and I did not see any photos. I did see your bio broken up into 8 paragraphs, but I did not see any professional photos with the white background. Did you submit it? Did you post it on school on the private coaching group, or did you send it to support@speakerfocus.com? Put it back in the chat and let me know what you did or did not do, and we'd be happy to review it. I did not see it in the last 2 or 3 days in support tickets. I did not see anything in there with your photos. Okay, Tanya. So I have just about everything for the speaker info kit checklist. Yep, I'll be sending a few things over this week for you to take a look at filing the LLC over the weekend. Cool. All that sounds great. Can you give me a quick second, please? I need to put the mute on. I hear the fire alarm going off in my house. I don't know what's going on. Give me a quick second, please. Sorry about that, everyone. Everything's cool. The carbon monoxide detector was going off. We had a false reading. Let me catch my breath for a second. Okay. Picking up where we left off, Wayne said he put it in both places. Wayne, can you resubmit the pictures to support@speakerfocus.com, and your technical question, we will get around to it. If we missed it, I apologize, but please resubmit it. Okay, Munya, I sent the speaker biography to support. Did you get it? Munya, did you send it over the last couple of days? If you did, then we will respond to it. Your bio should have been broken up into eight separate paragraphs. Okay, nobody else has any other questions in the chat? I covered Tanya's. All right, Wayne said he put it in both places. Wayne, I'll go back and check the support tickets and see if it's in there. I'll do it tonight when we wrap up the group call. Ramon, did you have another question? All right, no, I just lowered the hand. Okay. If anybody else has any more questions, please use the raise hand feature. Okay. Michelle, how are you?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you fine.
Okay, good. So when I came in, you were talking to someone about using a blog to put out specific content that may be, and I'm assuming what you were talking about is that you're not putting other places. Would you suggest doing the same thing with a podcast?
Podcast is still content, and
Okay.
it's another way to get your podcast out there. The people that I see that have the most successful podcasts, they're pretty consistent with it.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're doing one show a week,
Right.
it's still a lot to manage. Putting together a show is not easy. So yeah, listen, every opportunity, you have to look at yourself as a multimedia company anyway, and you should be capitalizing on every opportunity to post your content. If you're going to do a podcast, great. Then, make your podcast about your specialty. See, Michelle, everything supports your speaking topic and your area of expertise. This is what a lot of people do wrong. They try to cast out a wide net, and they try to talk about everything. No, if your Instagram page is about bird watching, all I see is things related to bird watching. But if you're talking about leadership and you have an exclusive, like me, all I'm going to talk about is organizing your goals, about leadership development. Now, there's a lot of things, a lot of sub niches that fall under leadership development. But
Right.
if I'm hosting a show about speaker focus, I'm talking about everything that has to do with people growing their speaker business. If I'm interviewing somebody, a conference coordinator or a meeting planner, I just want to be able to get the content so I can provide it to my platform so they understand how these conference coordinators think. Because you know why? Because it supports everything pertaining to my sales funnel. I only post content that supports my sales funnel. That's my speaker sales funnel, or that's my speaker coaching program. In your case, you teach you teach speakers how to be better communicators.
Right.
So I'd recommend, if you're going to do a blog, post about that.
Okay.
Michelle, you want to be the leading authority, specialist, trusted advisor, or specialist with what you offer. You want them to be able to come to you and get that exclusive content. Not just, they want to be able to get a different and unique experience when they come deal with Michelle Arnold, when they hear her podcast, when they visit her blog. Make it worth it. Make it have value when somebody lands on your page. Give them an experience they'll never forget. And it's so easy to do that because 80% of the people, they do cast their net wide. They say, oh, I'm a leadership speaker, but you don't really have a focus.
Right. Okay.
Are you thinking about starting a podcast, or do you have a podcast already?
Actually, I already have one. I started it last year, but it's more geared to motivation. And I think it's because that's what people come to me for the most. You know, sometimes it gets draining trying to motivate everybody, but that's what it seems that people come to me the most for. So that's why a lot of my content encompasses motivation of some kind. But I'm making a note now to come up with more content surrounding the whole theme of being a more confident speaker.
Okay, I would focus more on being a confident speaker. Confidence comes from doing. Confidence comes from repetition. Michelle, contrary to popular belief, you really can't motivate anybody to do anything. They either have it inside of them or they want to get off their ass and do it, or they don't.
Right.
This is why motivation is overrated. This is the reason why it's not profitable in the marketplace. Leadership is very profitable. You telling me how I can be a better communicator? I'd love to know how to do that.
Okay.
See, motivation it doesn't hold water, Michelle. It just doesn't. It's not like what it used to be. This self-help industry has changed a lot. So if you're gonna do something that's gonna have some sustainability.
Right.
Don't fall into the facade. I'm telling you that 80% of these speakers out there, that's what they're doing.
Right.
They think it's about motivation until they run into a real conference coordinator that's had it up to their eyeballs with motivation.
Right.
Market differentiation, Michelle. You're very unique. You're very articulate. Don't waste all that talent on producing content that's going to fall on deaf ears. You said motivation is it's hard to, Michelle, do you think I'm in the business of helping you, training you, coaching you, educating you, or trying to motivate you? Come on, Michelle, we can do it.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. That is true, but it seems like the people that I come in contact with, I've had quite a few people actually send me emails saying, Michelle, I love your motivational, because I was doing motivational posts in the morning on Facebook and Instagram just to get people's day started. And I get people saying, Michelle, I really need you to be a motivational coach for me. Well, that's not necessarily what I'm interested in doing, but if you find motivation in what I post or what I say, then that's great. But sometimes it can be draining when you're trying to help people. And I always tell people, I think sometimes folks don't understand that when you're that one that's always speaking life into other people, those people don't reach back and say, hey, let me see if Michelle needs a little life spoken in her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hopefully that makes sense, because it does get to be a little heavy sometimes.
No, it does.
I can't be everything for everybody. And I try so hard to do that because that's what it seems like the people want. And I know I've heard people like Les Brown and Eric Thomas say, you want to give people what they want, not necessarily what you want to give them.
Well, that's true. But in my experience, motivation is not paying the bills.
Right. Okay.
Tell me how that's converted into revenue.
Well, at the moment, it's not. However, I've actually had a couple of people reach out to me on this. It's called podcast something or other, where people reach out to you when they want to invite you on their podcast to do interviews or whatever. So hopefully, that will work out too. But I'm just thinking about and making notes as we're talking about coming up with more content on leadership and being a more effective speaker. Because I do get the chance to talk to people that say, hey, Michelle, I want to be as confident as you are. I love watching your YouTube videos because you always seem like you're just in your zone. How did you get that way? You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, well, there's my niche, because I do get people that want that, but I get more people that come to me to be motivated, to be encouraged.
Now that's the people that you're attracting to your coaching program. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay. Well, if that's your niche and your closing ratio is high and you're profitable doing that, great. But I've always learned, if the messaging isn't right, then something's wrong.
Right.
And here's how you know the messaging isn't right: because it's not putting no money in the bank. See, there's a lot of activity you could be participating in, but I'm talking about revenue generating activity. This is all we care about on Speaker Focus. It may seem a little insensitive sometimes with my style, because my level of honesty and integrity isn't for everybody.
Right.
Michelle, I know you appreciate it. Obviously, I'm not talking about you because you
Right.
want to do business with us, and we were just talking straight up from the beginning. And I'm holding true to my word. You're not paying me to be friends. I gotta enlighten you at least. I gotta say, hey, Michelle, okay, that's no problem. Like, we're dialoguing about it right now. Like, you've showed up on a couple group calls before, and you've had an excellent take on it.
Mhm.
A lot of my role is not to agree with you, and we don't have to agree,
Right.
because at the end of the day, we work for you. I'm
Mhm.
here to make suggestions about how we can take what you want to do and make it profitable. And see, that's all I'm interested in. So if we can figure out a way to, I would respectfully request that you lead with, what was that topic? Not the motivational thing. What was the other thing you said?
Oh Lord, I forgot to say quick.
You said something
Oh, being a
about
successful
communication.
speaker or a better communicator, right? Because so many people want to get into doing videos and things like that for their business, but they just don't feel confident enough to get in front of the camera.
Okay. Well, what I would do is put my energy focusing in on that. And then if they happen to be motivated or inspired by it, then so be it. I'm not saying that motivational inspiration, it's a part of our business, but I
Mhm.
would leave it out of the marketing because it's too
Okay.
fluffy. And Michelle, you have too much value to be just strictly stuck in the category of 80% of the YouTubers.
Mhm.
I see it every day. If I didn't see it the way it's gotten out of control,
Mhm.
everybody wants to be a life coach or a motivational, inspirational speaker now. And this is the only platform that is focusing on the revenue generating activity, so you don't have to wind up in the category of suffering. It's going to hurt your pocket.
Okay.
Meeting
Okay.
plan is going to give you what they want you to have. Now, for your coaching business,
Mhm.
if you have a product that's attracting people and that's part of it, great. But I'm talking about to attract a quality conference coordinator, high fee coordinator. We want to be able to make sure we just leave that kind of fluffy stuff out of the marketing language. That's all.
Right. And that's what I'm trying to get to. I hear you talking about that all the time and attracting the conference coordinator.
Yeah.
But I seem like I can't seem to get there because I just keep getting pulled over here to the right. And that's not necessarily where I'm trying to go. I don't knock it, but it's not necessary. I hope that makes sense. Since that's not necessarily where I'm trying to go, but it seems like that's where people need me the most. And I do love what I do, but to be honest with you, it can be so draining. And I know, again, Les Brown, they make all of that stuff look so great. And it's great when you can help people at the end of the day. But then at the end of the day, where does that leave me when I am worn out? I am just beat the heck down. You know what I mean?
Well, okay. So what does that tell you? That tells you that, because this is what happens when you're doing one-on-one coaching. I used to do it and
Right.
it's exhaustive.
Mm-hmm.
I have less calendar spaces available and I make more money now. When I have more calendar spaces available from 7 a.m. with my calendar open all the way up until 11 p.m. Eastern,
Mm-hmm.
still was making a lot of money, but I was running myself into the ground. But
Right.
you have to do that in the beginning. And my goals are a little bit more lofty than a lot of people. So I wanted to go hard. I wanted to get where I wanted to get to right now, real fast. And that's why we launched speakerfocus.com, so we could have it online to be a platform. So the video modules would do the coaching and the training. This is an ongoing problem we have with a lot of coaches and consultants on our platform. Now, let me go back and address one of the things that you had, Michelle. And then if you don't have any other questions, I'm going to
Okay.
move on. Tanya has something in the chat box, but we're not rushing. So I have the same struggle as many of you. I follow the golden triangle system. I'm a top consultant. I'm the world's #1 speaker coach, and I'm also a top leadership speaker. Now you can get torn, but you got to be real focused. So I have a speaker sales funnel,
Mm-hmm.
separate lead generation, separate marketing language, separate, and then I have the speaker focus. It's a marketing funnel for my coaching program. It's two separate things.
Mm-hmm.
Keep them separate, Michelle. They're
Gotcha.
not the same.
Gotcha.
The messaging is different. For now, I'm going to give you a quick tip. If you want to be less exhaustive and you want to get your client base to stop sucking the life's blood out of you, you have to be able to control how they have access to you.
Mm-hmm.
If I left my calendar open for everybody that wants to I got thousands of people on my platform. Everybody wants 5 minutes of my time. Well, show up on the Monday group call. You can talk to me all you want to for 2 hours.
Right.
See, some people don't understand that. Clients get spoiled. They get spoiled, especially when you're delivering great service. They're going to keep calling you, Michelle. They're going to keep calling you. They're going to call you on the weekends. They're going to keep calling you. They're going to get used to it because you don't have another way for them to get in contact with you. So that's number one. Learn how to automate your coaching business and then get the modules online. So the video modules do all the work. Save the questions for the one time a week, and then open up a support ticket so you can control when you're going to respond. In order to run a successful business, I didn't create the system, but there's a way to manage it. See, your coaching business has got to be managed more effectively. What we're teaching you on the speaker side is to connect with things that are going to resonate with the conference coordinator. And we will continue to do that. So if you ever get confused about it, I'm just going to draw the line right there in the sand. Coaching is separate and speaking is separate.
Right.
The messaging has got to be different because your lead magnet is your content. Whatever they do to, you're going to reward them when they click on and opt in with their email address. I reward the people on the coaching side. I reward them with the free 30-minute strategy session, giving them more information that they ever heard in their lives about professional speaking. That's the reward for them giving me their email address and them taking their time for me to do that. Now, on the speaking side, I reward the conference coordinator with a 30-minute call to basically help them, partner with them to help create the best event possible. Then we can talk about working together, hiring me to speak. That's my gift to them for taking their time. I'm not just going to talk to them about booking me to speak. Let's see if it's a good fit. And that's all in the marketing language. That's why we talked about, leadership is the cash cow. That's the most bookable and requested topic. And that's the reason why we go in and talk about that first.
Right.
So,
okay.
If you need more clarity on it as you continue to move forward, just keep hopping on the group calls and submitting support tickets. And we have no problem, shining some light on. Remember, you don't want to go broad. You want to pick a niche and a focus and then drill down real deep and just dominate that.
Right. I'll say this and then I'll let you be, but I think the problem, I'm an Aries, and so the problem with that is you just want to help everybody. You know what I mean? And I know I can't realistically help everybody. And I think that's why I've allowed people to pull me away from my niche, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, don't allow anyone to pull you away from your niche, Michelle, because that's your purpose. Purpose gives you a sense of direction. And the last time I checked, your last name is Arnold, not Mother Teresa.
True.
You do charity work?
No, I do not.
Okay, then and listen, even if you did, I'm not knocking people who do charity work. What I'm telling you, Michelle, is that it was many years when I was standing in the hot sun and they would bring me a check over for $50 when I was speaking because I was in Save the World mode.
Okay.
You have to understand marketing. You are acquiring the skills to be a professional marketer and a professional speaker. But people that don't understand marketing, they're in a save the world mentality because they don't understand that this discipline that comes with making money. There's following a proven system that comes along with making money. There's higher level mentorship that you need to access when it comes to making more money. And those are the kind of money generating activities we want you focusing on. And that's why me and Austin focus on the things that we focus on. You don't hear these other coaching programs, they don't give a damn about your messaging because they want you to be a motivational clown like everybody else is. They don't care about the way your sales tools look. They don't care anything about how your website is. I'm teaching you that when the conference coordinator comes to your website, that it needs to have everything on there for them to make an impression on them. Your brand is your reputation. Without you having to say one word. You know when they say your reputation precedes you?
Right.
Well, we're the only platform that focuses on that brand, making an impression when they go to your website, and surely the messaging. Michelle, if I didn't see it at such a high level every day, I'm seeing high level business professionals, their messaging and their branding is horrible. That's why they can't make any money. Then they want to understand why so much. I stayed frustrated for 7 years. Michelle, we created a platform so you don't have to be frustrated.
Right.
All you got to do is ask the question, and you know you're going to get a raw answer from me.
Mm-hmm.
I know it doesn't sound pretty sometimes with the way I say it, but I'm sure you appreciate it like everybody else does at the end of the day, because I am literally preparing you like a drill sergeant if you were in boot camp. I'm preparing you for battle. This is speaker conference coordinator warfare. You can't be adversarial with the conference coordinator. This is a partnership.
Right.
And you want your part of the partnership to be strong, Michelle. That's what we're preparing you for.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
And Michelle, by the way, last thing, if you got any questions about your coaching program, send those to support.
Will do.
We want you making money and all over.
Right. Will do.
Okay, Michelle. Love you much.
Thank
Talk to you soon.
you.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Bye-bye. Okay, Tanya, let me see. What's Tanya? What you talking about? I don't want it if they don't love it. Yep, all in the inbox until you drop that link. Tanya said they need willingness over motivation, period. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yes, we are. Ramon said we are in boot camp. Salute, Ramon. That's right. I mean, bro, this is warfare. I keep telling y'all. The conference coordinator, a savvy conference coordinator, is not playing any games. The first time I had a conference coordinator, I'm looking for any hands up in the box, the chat box. If any of you, if you have any questions pertaining to your messaging, by all means, I encourage all of you. Remember, we are not standing in judgment of any of you. There's no such thing as a stupid question on this platform. You know, if you hand in the question, I mean, if you turn in your homework assignments, if you let us critique, this is what you've made an investment in. I want to critique it. I want to provide some feedback for you. We want to answer the support tickets. We want it done right before you show it to the conference coordinator, by the way. Save yourself a whole lot of time and a whole lot of money. Yeah, let me see. Wayne, let me see. Wayne, okay, coach, yesterday I sent the link for my professional photos. I also sent the bio with the 8 paragraphs. I'm requesting feedback on that. I'm having trouble controlling the dialogue box when trying to set it and typing into it. Can you or Austin advise? All right, Austin, Wayne is having a technical issue with something about the dialogue box. He's having trouble controlling that. Wayne, I'm going to let Austin send you a reply right through the chat right here. And I'm going to move on to the next person. Rafa Escobar, I'll be right with you, brother. Let me see, Lisa. And yes, we do appreciate the raw feedback. If we couldn't take it, we wouldn't have hired you. Yes, Lisa, and I told every last one of you before we even process your payment, I'm not here to be holding hands or kissing asses. I'm here to tell it like it is. And it is just that's just the way it works at speakerfocus.com. I appreciate the fact that, you know, people respect the way I say it. Again, I don't, sometimes it's not pretty, but watch this. Making money is a nasty business, and managing your business is nasty, but it's necessary. And I'd rather tell it to you like this and have you prepared than you get out there and say, well, why didn't KTR and Austin tell me about this? You're not going to be able to listen. You work too hard for your money, and we work too hard for ours. And we're going to make sure that you are prepared when you go and speak to the conference coordinator, because I gave you my word that that's what was going to happen. And the only way you have a real strong brand is you got to have some integrity. It's a lot of suckers out here that don't have any integrity, unfortunately, and they just want to sell you some BS. Okay. All right. Austin is handling that. Rico, Rafa, I'm going to be right with you. Okay, Rico. Rico said, I'm the Nick Saban of speaking raw and real. I take that as a compliment. Nick Saban is, boy, he's rough. Thank you, Rico. All right, Austin has the question for Wayne under control. I'm going to move on to Mr. Escobar. Rafa, what's going on with you, boss?
What's up, KTR? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hey, listen, Rafa, I'm just trying to, man, I'm just trying to get my biceps, man, to look like yours, bro. What is it that I need to do?
Man, we got to have that first initial assessment conversation is what we got to do, man.
Hey, Rafa, I may need to get on your calendar, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll open up a spot. I got you.
It's all good, man. Hey, how's
Yeah.
everything been going since the last time we talked?
It's been going good, but I'm really happy that I forget the person's name who came before me, but she was asking a lot of the same questions that I needed answered too. So
Yeah.
I'm letting you know that because this coaching style is highly effective. So thank you for having us and thank you for talking to us in this way. Cause I'll agree with everybody, bro. We need this. You know what I mean? You're speaking life into us when you answer the questions. So thank you. Okay.
Well, you're very welcome, man. You're very welcome.
Yeah.
Did you have enough? Well, let me just comment on that. And then if you had any other questions, I'll be more than happy to facilitate those as well.
Okay.
Well, this is why we like you participating in the group call, because as you can see, many of our students, they struggle with the same thing. I don't care who it is. You listen, you have from soccer moms to Super Bowl champions. There are many executive level people in our coaching program. All of you are very skilled at what you do. You just had to go to the bottom of the hill to learn about professional speaking. And, I was sick at the stomach of how to coach. A lot of coaches, Rafa, you're a coach, and a lot of coaches in this industry is full of a lot of what, but it's not full of a lot of how. So there's integrity and there's a passion that has to be there when you're talking about your niche and all things that have to do with what your level of skill surrounds, so you can deliver. See, this is all about serving other people. That's what it's all about. I don't want you to, if you don't see me demonstrated with you, how the hell do I expect you to go out and demonstrate that with the conference coordinator? So as you can see, everybody is struggling with the same challenge, but at least you have a place, the group call or support, the modules. We got so many resources to help you get those questions answered. This is the reason why people stay broke in the speaking industry. And I studied it for years. So thank you for the kind words. And we're going to keep being here with lifetime support, because this is what we're committed to doing.
All right. Well, perfect, man. Well, let me just take advantage of this opportunity then and get some of your feedback here, because I like the way you kind of threw out that triangle between a consultant, a coach, and then a leadership coach. And where I'm finding myself.
Speaking coach and consultant. Yes. Go ahead.
Right. I'm finding myself in a spot where I have my coaching business, and then now I'm heavily invested all in on the speaker focus as well. Okay. And for the longest time, I had thoughts of creating modules around my coaching and taking that on an automated platform and doing that. But now I'm focusing on speaking, right? And like you're saying, it is all one. However, I'm in a space where my energy is getting pulled in multiple places. So what I really want to know, and kind of from your experience, is being at a spot where I feel like I'm at a ground level when it comes to the online space and the marketing space and getting myself out there. Do I just knuckle down and get to it on the speaker focus and kind of leave the coaching on the side until I get myself out there as a speaker, and then continue on with developing the modules on the coaching and stuff like that too? Or is that something that you would kind of take on both together and develop those as you move forward?
Yeah, Rafa, you have a successful coaching business and you're a trainer. So obviously you have a client base that's working and is making you money. I'm never going to tell you to turn off revenue, and you don't have to do that when you are growing your speaker business. All you have to do is focus on one activity at a time on our platform. It's in order for you not to get overwhelmed. The best way to consume this content, watch this, Rafa, on top of having a family, on top of having a baby girl on the way, on top of running a successful coaching business, on top of you getting your personal workout in and you getting some personal time. It's a lot. So I would just say, focus on the action item. Right now, you basically just started. So you have to submit your signature programs, and then you have to submit your bio for approval. Once you get on the other side of that, go back in and look at the video modules on your downtime. I want you to focus on the action. Like, Rafa, you're high energy. You understand leadership. You understand what sacrifice is all about. You understand you have an uncanny discipline like very few people, to manage your body and to eat the way you do and to be sculpted out like that. That's a whole nother different kind of discipline. So you don't have to put aside your coaching to focus on the speaking. You can do them, be about the activity. Rafa, the hardest thing for people like you and me, high energy, And most of the people on our platform, they are high energy. All of them are. They got their own kind of, they got passion about what they do. But the hardest thing for them to do is focus on one thing at a time. Everybody's focusing on, how do I get to the money? You're not going to get to the money unless, see, Rafa, I already know what you're doing. Rafa, you're dreaming about, hey, Rafa, this is you. Hold on. I always got a microphone close to me at all times. Rafa, this is you, yeah. Rafa. Rafa, you see yourself on stage speaking in front of 5,000 people right now, and that's all you're thinking about.
100%. 100%.
Listen to me, man. Listen, don't let them, you see the background with all those high profile people behind me?
Yeah.
Bro, I work hard to get those interviews.
Okay.
But before you build a brand like this and like that, and before you get this in your hand and start making some money, you got to put the work in first. Take it one assignment at a time. All I want you focusing on right now, let us help you get your signature programs complete, and let us approve your bio. Put your all into that, Rafa. Rafa, the first thing I asked you was, man, how can you help me with my biceps, right?
Yeah.
See, that takes discipline to eat that way and sculpt your body. But it also takes discipline to take 2 or 3 hours and sit there and fill out that template and then get it over to me. See, this is where you got to slow down. I know you want it, and you're going to get it. You're going to get bro, you're a young man. Make a list of the top 25 or 30 things that you want, and you're going to be able to accomplish every last one of them. The power of visualization is very important. But all I want you doing right now is focusing on one assignment at a time.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
If you don't, you're not gonna turn it in so I can review it. Now you already going in the right direction. Remember, you sent us over one of your signature programs. I believe it was before or either right when you came off of vacation, and they were amazing.
Okay.
You're moving in the right direction. And by the way, Rafa, if I'm not mistaken, I believe I gave you all 4 of your signature programs the last time you were on a group call.
You did. Hey, man, I love you as a coach because you pay attention to everything. I swear to God, you remember everything. You know exactly where I'm at, and the message that you just gave me is exactly what I needed to hear. That was a 10 out of 10.
Don't play at me, Rafa. If you don't finish your homework assignment, when I come see you in a couple of months, put your hands up and be ready to fight. That's all I'm saying. Because
I got the gloves on back.
Bro, hey, bro, I actually give a damn. I want you to succeed. This is why we created this platform, bro. Me and Austin, we got the same kind of heart. We care, man. We care. I gotta pay attention. You're trusting me with your dream. If you're not gonna take it serious, I'm not gonna take it serious. This is people that sign up for Speaker Focus, bro. They're ready to go to work.
Yeah.
You got it? Hey, listen.
Yes, sir.
Let's watch this. A deadline is a forcing system of accountability. Let me say that to you again, Rafa. A deadline is a forcing system of accountability. You got it?
Yes, sir.
So when are you going to create a deadline? Well, I'm going to have the homework assignment for the signature programs in your bio so we can critique it and we can get on the other side of it.
All right, I'll have the 4 signature programs by next Monday, and then the following Monday after that, I can have the what's it called? The bio form. The bio.
That's fine. That's fine. Remember, read the instructions again, follow the instructions, put your best foot forward, get the creativity out, and send it to support@speakerfocus.com. Let us give you some feedback. Listen, when the ball is in our court and we're checking your homework assignment, go back in and look at a couple of videos when you can. Get some more knowledge. And then when it's time to do another assignment, repeat the same process over and over again. Eventually, Rafa, we're going to get you to module 5 where you make all the money, but you got to do the work. Discipline yourself to focus on the work and the money will come. You already got the passion and you already got the skill. All right.
My guy, thank you so much, KTR. That was perfect.
Yes. And Rafa, I got to give you a compliment before I let you go. Remember, I told you when I first started talking to you that your rate of speed when you're speaking was at a 7.5. I told you to turn it down to a 5.
Yeah.
I clearly see that you're listening to me, bro. Your rate of speed is slower. I don't know if it's because you're tired today, but
Nah, man, I've been watching you.
Bro, I hear you, and I hear you getting better. Keep practicing, brother. All right.
I sure will. Much love, KTR. Thank you.
Okay, boss. Likewise, man. My best to Amy. I'll talk to you real soon.
Yes, sir.
All right, peace. Okay, let me see. Okay, we got Tanya. I cannot tell you how many times I read those signature programs before hitting send. And Tanya got the rolling with the crying tear emoji. Hey, Tanya, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Anybody else that has another question or a comment, we surely appreciate you putting everything in. It takes effort on both ends. Listen, this isn't about being brave or having an ego or anything like that. We want you to submit support tickets, because this is what speakerfocus.com was built to do. It was built to help you with any and all questions. You know, students say that to us all the time. Like another reason why we want you to send support tickets is because we know exactly where you are in the program. I know what you're struggling with. I know what you're struggling with and what you're not struggling with. Craig Johnson, I see Craig, and Craig doesn't have his hand up, but hey Craig, I just want to ask you a quick question about your signature programs. Can you just type it in the chat box that you got your signature programs and everything was okay with the feedback? I know we were trying to help you get over that hump, and I want to know if you were into module 2, ready to go to your sales tools, because I believe your signature programs and your bio is complete, and I just wanted to make sure that you were okay and you had any questions. Type it in the chat box, or either submit us support at speakerfocus.com and let us know. All right, let me see. It's 2 more questions in the chat box. Oh, no, that was, I already answered those. That was some Lisa. All right. And okay. Okay. All right. Okay, we got Rico. What's going on, boss?
Boss man, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing super fantastic. I came off of a really, really productive and relaxing weekend, and Monday was challenging, but man, I am ending it. Group calls always make me feel better, because because I don't care what I'm struggling with. You know, it makes me feel fulfilled when I'm doing the work that I know I'm supposed to be doing. What's your question, Rico?
Yeah, well, it's really not a question. I know I sent my signature programs in today to support at speakerfocus.com.
Okay.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, it is a little tough to kind of slow down and be patient and build it from the foundation, from the ground up. But you know what though? I'm really appreciative for that, man, especially with that in the process for the speaker programs. That definitely is impactful. And so for me, I guess a couple of questions I have is,
yes, sir,
choosing the market. I mean, I know
the target market. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you know my background. So I mean, for me, but I just love being in front of people. I can speak in front of a group. I mean, that's a grace to do that. And if the content is definitely right and fits for the audience, it just seems to me if I had a primary one, it may be more so maybe the association, because I like speaking in, I guess it's more of the conference kind of environment.
Yeah, the conference
different events.
Yeah.
And if I had a secondary, it seems like corporate may be it. But you know, the faith-based, man, I do that anyway. So, but I'm just saying, if I had a top 1 or 2 from what you kind of know about me so far,
right?
Just trying to see did I get that order right, or which would probably be a good fit for me to bring the most value. So that's my first question.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah. Okay. The first question was the value in your signature programs or the target market?
Well, the target market.
Target market. Okay.
Because
okay. All right. This question comes up a lot, and Rico, I am going to say this because you're extremely talented. And that can cause you a lot of times to want to do too much.
Right.
So you said that you have an affinity for the association market. The association market is like a la carte to all the rest of the other markets. I talk about that in module 2 of identifying with the right market for your message is very important. We talk about the target buyer, target market, and target audience. So target market, those are all the areas where you can earn money being a speaker. The market in which you're going to serve: the youth market, speaking to kids; faith-based market, speaking to churches; government contracting market; the college and university market; then you have the corporate and association market. So if you take, for instance, remember, Rico, success leaves clues. So some speakers specialize in just speaking at conferences. My speaker friend, Joe Calloway, he's one of the top leadership speakers like me, in the top 20% of leadership speakers. His keynote is in the same range as mine. It's 25 to 50,000. And Joe strictly speaks at conferences. That's all he does. You take a speaker like my dear friend Les Brown. Les he specializes in speaking at the biggest events in the world. Now you take speakers like me. My niche, 75% of my niche. See, I made a ton of my money in the corporate and association market, but they bought me on site. Hanes Brand said, "Hey, KTR, we saw you at the national conference. We want to bring you into our office." And see, I said, okay, well, the money, because they were booking me for the full day programs, and I started getting 20, 30, 40, 50. I started getting the bigger money because they wanted me there all day long. They didn't want me there for a keynote. Now I'm at a different stage in my career right now. I'm only really interested in doing keynotes. If I'm going to be on stage for 4 to 8 hours, it's going to be for a speakerfocus.com event, not for somebody to have me on site, unless you want to pay me $100,000.
Right.
Which they have no problem with being able to pay that if you're bringing the right kind of value. So what I'm saying to you is, it's nothing wrong with you specializing in strictly doing keynotes for these associations at these conferences. There's nothing wrong with that at all. You can say no to listen, a successful speaker has the ability to say no. I say yes to very little. Austin says no. Austin says no to everything because he don't give a damn. All he wants to do is focus on the technology and what it's going to take to get us to a next level. Now, me, I've become very, very, very and extremely selective over the opportunities that I say yes to. If it's a yes, it's got to be a huge upside for me to say yes, to take me away from the revenue that I'm capable of generating or the speaking that I want to do. So it's really all about, what do you want to do? If you want to focus on one market, that's fine. But the reason why I say this happens a lot, there's many people that say, I want to service everybody. Now you're looking like the Swiss Army knife of speaking. I cannot stress this enough. The more you focus on one market, the more money you're going to make. If you don't make it about the money in the beginning, but you make it about servicing the one market, picking a niche, and then you double down on that niche. You got over 10,000 man or woman hours in to certify you to be a expert. Everybody's running around calling themselves an expert. You don't even have the hours in. You don't even have the practice repetitions in. This is how you can command the higher fees, because you're in one market and you service that one market. People that sell Slim Jims that you break into the car, right? A Slim Jim, not the Slim Jim that you eat, the Slim Jim that you get into a car when you lock your keys in. That is a very micro market, but Slim Jims make millions of dollars. It's all different kinds of Slim Jims. You got the small ones, you got the medium, you got the large size ones, you got the ones that you sell to the police department, you got the police officers, all of them got Slim Jims. That is a very specific market. So they're not looking to sell a Slim Jim to just any and everybody. Well, everybody has a car, but maybe everybody doesn't need a Slim Jim. Just because it's a lot of speakers out there, Enrico, you're not going to be everybody's speaker. because of your topic. Sometimes it's going to be an age. You have to understand what the meeting plan is looking for. The more you understand that, then you're going to say, oh, that's what the association market really, really wants.
I see.
Now, Rico, this is why you're smart. And I'm going to wrap this point up, and then we'll move into any other questions that you have. Ryan, I see you with your hand up. Ryan is a great example, too, of somebody who is a specialist in the Ryan's in the Christian market.
Yeah.
Right. Ryan's in the Christian market. He is a performer in the Christian market, and he's a speaker as well. All right. Yeah. For all of you that want to be in the Christian market, Ryan probably has something that he's going to ask me or we're going to talk about is probably going to be of great benefit to you. So you want to hang around for that. He's an award-winning Christian artist. Now, yeah. Rico, the association market would love a speaker like you. And here's the reason why, because you're an entertainer. Right. And when you speak at a conference, you've got to have some kind of flair of entertainment when you speak, because they're probably going to ask you to do the breakfast, opening, plenary, keynote, the lunch keynote, the awards, banquet, ceremony, keynote. Rico, if you wanted to, you could just do a tour of nothing but speaking at banquet and award ceremonies.
Gotcha.
Because all of the associations have it. When they have a big conference, guess what, Rico? They need the high energy speaker like you,
right,
to come in to jumpstart the conference. Do you know how many times I've done that? Oh, we're gonna get Kevin T. Robertson, America's leading focus expert. Hold up, Rico. We're gonna get Kevin T. Robertson, America's leading focus expert, to start the conference off, to set the tone and keep us focused. See, this is, I talked to the conference coordinator about how we're going to do that, or where I'm going to be the best fit. And because you're an entertainer, because you are a great leadership speaker, and because you have such a wealth of knowledge in business, you could very easily dominate the associations for all the Christian conferences that go on if you wanted to. Or you can do it in the corporate space because you're a real business professional.
Okay.
But I would just pick one and get your feet wet, get some traction, dominate first. And if you're not making the right kind of money, then consider switching.
Okay.
Stand on your belief, brother. It pays off in the end. Believe me. Everything you see about me, I started from zero. Anything's possible, Rico. Richard Branson and Jeff Bezos just went into a whole nother stratosphere and landed back to Earth safely. Brother, anything is possible. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yes,
yeah,
I do.
What's your other question?
Yeah, and with that being said, which, the topics that I really deal with, especially, I have a Facebook personal page. Okay. Right? And I also have a fan page as well.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
So the question is, if I was to do more, because sometimes many times I do go on live and share some things. But if I was to go forward, even as a speaker, which would be better to give out? Would it be more so like my personal, or would it be more so like my fan page that I'm building? Because I have like over almost probably about 3,500, 3,600 in my personal, as far as, if I'm doing lives, if I'm wanting to engage in that capacity, which would you say, or would I have to wait till I get to Austin's module, and module 5, to figure out which may be a better one to increase engagement that way? Because I do go on live. That's why I was just asking. What was your take on that?
No problem. And remember, let me be real clear about this, because I have a bit of a different approach when it comes to managing social media.
Right. That's what I wanted to know. Huh? Right there. I wanted to know, because you very much told me in the beginning and other times, social media is you're very strategic and it's very intentional.
Yes.
So that's what I wanted to know from your approach.
And social media is not social.
No. Not
when you're running a sales funnel. It is a support tool for your sales funnel, that when people start clicking around and doing their due diligence and social proof, that when they go there, again, if you're talking about bird watching, I better go to your social media page and you better be talking about bird watching. So why are you wasting my time? This is what I ask myself when I go to some people's social media. So watch this, Rico. I used to be on my personal page when I didn't know how to manage social media properly. This was years before I met Auston.
Yeah.
I was almost up to 5,000 people too.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
I did a couple local seminars. I sold out a couple of them, and probably had like 100 people at one of them. People kept saying, "Hey, KTR, we want to come see you speak local." The next one I did, I had like 75 people. Then I did a third and final one, and the numbers kept dropping off. This was probably right around the time when Facebook wasn't giving you that outreach, that organic outreach that everybody was raving about when they first started, because paid advertising started kicking in a lot more, and I didn't understand it. So I didn't get the numbers. So I was almost up to 5,000 people on my personal page, and I had another page, I believe, but it wasn't a public figure page for my speaking. Again, I didn't know how to manage social media properly. So when I come to your social media page, and I'm a meeting planner, look at it from the meeting planner's perspective, Rico, because that's all I care about. So here's the question. Are those 3,500 people that you got on your personal page, is it converting into any revenue? Because if it's not, you can keep posting on your personal page all you want. All we care about are the meeting planners is going to be going to your public figure page. And when they do get there, are you going to have something that's going to be of value that they can consume?
Gotcha.
What kind of content? Nobody wants to help the conference coordinator. How many times I got to say it? And the more you figure out a way to help them do their job better, have a better conference, when they do come to your social media, they know they can come there to get exclusive information that only you can provide. The word's going to start spreading eventually, and it does take time, but eventually they're going to say, wow, Rico is all down for us. He's all about helping us out with his leadership program. Now it's just another way to influence their decision-making, because it's a support tool to your sales funnel. See, by the time you do get to module 5, and Austin's going to teach you how to set up your speaker growth engine, going to talk about how all of that should be integrated. I don't give a damn about a personal page. I have one, but you know what? I post the same thing on my personal page as I do my public figure page. You know why? Because I want to control the narrative, Rico. I want you to see what I want you to see. Marketing is me making you believe what I want you to believe. Not you creating a whole other image about who you think I am. No, I'm going to show you exactly who I am when you go to my social media. Now, if that's in alignment with the conference coordinator's goals, you get hired. It's just another way for them to look at you. Watch this. Your social media is another way for you to not have to do any talking. I don't have time for that, Rico. I want you to go. You can look at 25, 50 of my posts. You're going to understand exactly what I'm all about. All I care about is helping people grow their speaker business. I don't give a damn about nothing else. That's how much I'm focused on my niche in my space.
Got it.
That's also why we run a multi-million-dollar sales funnel, Rico. It's just that simple.
Gotcha.
I want to teach these strategies to you, and so do Austin. You got any other questions before I get to Ryan? Ryan, thank you so much for your patience. Rico, I'm not rushing you. Do you have another question?
No, I don't. Thank you, Coach Saban. KTR.
Hey, man. Hey, Rico, remember, start posting content that has value to the conference coordinator. Example, real quick, Rico.
Okay.
Hey, conference coordinators, I understand. Oh, no, conference coordinators, this is Rico. I understand you're in the top 5 when it comes to stress management. Today, I have 2 tips I want to share with you from my signature program. Boom, 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 boom. It's going to reduce your level of stress by 30% and increase your level of productivity by 50%. Boom. Tip number 2 is drop short videos, or if you're going to do a live, what are you talking about when you go live?
Oh, well, when I go live, most times I'm talking about identity and how to win from the inside out.
Okay. Does that have anything to do with your new signature programs?
Yep. And it's my one is identity-based leadership.
Oh, well, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Guess what? You just answered your own question. You're doing it right, brother.
Okay.
All you should be talking about is your signature programs. Why would you want to talk about anything else?
Right.
Whatever's inside the signature programs that have value to the conference coordinator And speaking about leadership, that's what I will be talking about.
Bingo. I got it.
Hey, Rico, send me some of your posts and let me check out the content and how you're producing it, and I'll give you some feedback.
Will do.
Okay, boss. Talk to you real soon.
Appreciate it.
All
right.
Ryan Stream, award-winning Christian artist. Ryan, talk to me, brother.
Hey, what's up? How's it going, man? Excited to be here.
How you been, boss? I'm doing great. You there? Hello, Ryan. Are you there?
Hello, could you hear me?
Yes, I hear you now.
Hey, sorry, everybody. That's annoying. Hey, thanks, man, for having us. Thanks for the information. Since we've spoke and I've restructured my stuff, I have 21,000 coming in, man. So thank you so much for that help. One of the questions that I have is about, and I'm behind. I apologize.
It's
I have
okay.
a lot of excuses because that's what it comes down to. And nobody.
Hey, bro, you told me that you had to hit the road and you had some business to handle on the road. I hope that went well. It sounded like it did.
Thank you.
You're generating revenue, and that's what we want you to do. What's your question?
Hey, appreciate it. On our 4 signature programs, I guess I just took some notes on your focus-based leadership. It says who your audience is, and you have, you're willing to go to universities and stadiums and stuff like that. So that kind of answered that question. But I'm wondering if I could tailor one of my signature programs to the youth. Like you said, I did start out in the religious market. I actually started out speaking to my camera. So to Rico, online's very, very valuable. I have 10K followers on my Facebook page, plus my family, 22,000 on Instagram. It's content, like you just told him, KTR. What are you about? And when I always like to tell people, hey, check out my social media. I have my family on there, and what I'm about, they see it. Right. They see my content, like, and then they realize, wow, this guy has put a lot into that. Yeah. And then, I started out in the religious market. That took me to the youth. So youth, I'm getting booked a ton. High schools a lot, and junior highs, and they're my favorite because back, when I was young, I was struggling with so much stuff. But after speaking to you, I'm going to go after the corporations. But I was wondering, and I guess Rico answered the question because he was you were telling him to stay focused. Right. And that's just hard to give up that youth market because, I love that and I'm passionate about that. Right. So I'm wondering if I could somehow tailor my 4 signature programs. Really, I guess on yours, you said you do universities and stuff. I guess what advice do you have? I get stay focused, picking a niche. Man, that's tough. That's tough because I'm getting over 100 schools, I've done.
Yeah, it is. You average 100 schools a year in the youth market, speaking at leadership conferences, speaking at high schools. Is that correct?
Yeah, we do about 30 a year with the youth around there.
Oh, I got you. Okay. All right. So this is, Ryan, this is a challenge that you have that is fixable, because when you've had a lot of success that you have, you're award-winning artist, you entertain as well as speak, and I want to thank you for supporting Rico. This is what I love about our platform. There's a brotherhood and sisterhood here where people do support each other, and it is important that you show whatever your brand is. I always say your brand is you and you are your brand. And the brand is the first identifiable thing that supports the decision making when it comes to the meeting planner, chair, board, or committee member, or key decision maker. And so in your case, that's something that I noticed about you even prior to our call, because I do research on everybody who we want to do business with. So I noticed that you were a family man. I noticed that you know how to work the stage, you know how to handle yourself on big stages. So the conference coordinator is typically going to place you where they see you. So when you have a lot of experience and a wealth of knowledge the way you are with entertaining, and it reminds me a lot of myself because that's how I started. I have an entertainment background. So I put on a performance when I speak, not a lecture. There's a difference. So you're that kind of speaker. So then here's what happens. So you say, okay, and this happens a lot when we deal with people that have a lot of experience like you, Ryan, because it's a lot of speakers that are stuck in the youth market. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but what happens is and they're either stuck in the faith-based market or they're stuck in the college and university market. Now, when I say stuck, I mean that they've been doing it for so long that it's difficult. Say it again.
They branded themselves to that. And so that's what everyone sees.
Yeah. So watch this. Remember, the conference coordinator is going to place you where they see you. Let me say that again for everybody. The meeting planner, conference coordinator, chair, board, or committee member, key decision maker, they're going to place you in their mind where they currently see you. If I see you speaking to a bunch of kids, then I'm going to think I'm going to keep booking you for kids. There's a lot of people on our platform, they're stuck in the college market. They dominate the college market. They get a lot of bookings. But then here's what happens, Ryan, and you tell me if this is where you are right now, because this is fixable. This is a simple paradigm shift, and it's a marketing shift. So whenever I'm dealing with people, for instance, they have to accept a youth engagement, or a church come ask them to speak, or they speak at a high school. First of all, what's going to happen typically is you're at the $0 to $1,000 range, or they're going to cap you out at $1,500, $2,000 for a high school. And then you get paid after services are rendered. Same thing with the colleges. The colleges are going to keep you around. If you can work as much as you want to, if you charge about $2,500, they're going to take out all the expenses up front. I mean, you got to take out you got to front your expenses, but they'll have your check as soon as you get on campus. But here's what starts to happen. You get tired of getting a check for $1,000. Then you get tired of accepting another check for $750. Then you got to go over here at this college is offering you $1,250, but the other one is willing to pay you $2,500, but you got to take out all your expenses. It's too much up and down. And then you're working hard, and you may be doing 3, 4, 5 of them every single month at $2,000. Pretty nice income. But you're thinking to yourself, damn, what is it going to take for me to get $5,000 for 1 hour? Because the goal is to speak less and earn more. However, the trap is, how do I do that? Would you say that that's where you are right now?
Yeah, that's where I am. And from our last conversation, when you and I spoke, if they don't have the money, right, we were going to go for $7,500 each time I speak.
Yes.
And these people, they didn't have the money. I've kind of seen that in Utah. It seems like where a lot of my bookings are, sometimes they don't have a lot, but if I'm flying out of state, they're willing to pay a little more. But since we talked, it's like, hey, you don't have the funds. Okay, what could we do to replace some of the funds? So, I had a school, they wanted $1,000, and I said, I can't do it. And usually before we spoke, I'd be like, yeah, I'll make it happen. But anyways, at the end of the conversation, because I used the tools and tactics that you shared with me, I closed all these deals for $3,000. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm talking about, Ryan. And we're going to get you some more.
Yeah,
that's for starters, brother.
Yeah, for sure. So I love the youth market. I do. But like you said, if they're not paying, what can we do to make it valuable?
Yeah. And, Ryan, I really got to, well, first of all, I want to thank you for your attentiveness. And also, I want to thank you for just being open to learning, bro. Because let me tell you something. Remember, we were trying to connect a while ago, but you were just too busy. And a lot of times, and this happens to me too, some days I'm not in the listening mood. I'm just like, I don't want to hear nothing today. And then, but things, we all have change. We all go through changes in life. And the day that we spoke, I believe that your heart was in a listening mood that day. You were like, as an entrepreneur, you were like, okay, the way this guy's talking to me right now, nobody's ever talked to me like that before, because Ryan, they're looking at you like you're the man. They see you with the microphone in your hand on stage performing. You have all this activity, but nobody's saying, damn, Ryan's working too hard for all that money that he's making. And you got a nice lifestyle that you created for yourself, bro. But when it's time to ramp it up on a whole nother level, this is what needs to happen. The more you grow your speaker business, and you're actually taking time. So for all of you who are busy, you're not more busy than Ryan. Ryan and his wife, they hustle. Their hustle is a power couple for real. This guy is,
man. Yeah. 4 incomes. We try, man. We try to kill it.
I know it. So if you're taking time to get your head in these signature programs, Ryan, when you finish the program and you get into module 5, you're going to start seeing this is what I'm missing. This is the reason why I haven't been able to make more money. It's the placement of the words, Ryan. It's the fact that you're willing to say no now. take some steps backwards, get some more information, just stay locked in. So let me ask you a question. I know you just came back off the road, and I'm happy to hear that the strategies that I shared with you is got you over 21K, and that's great. So let me ask you this. When do you think you're going to be able to set a deadline to have your signature programs wrapped up so I can at least get my eyes on it and give you some feedback so we can get you on the other side of that with your bio and get your sales tools looking the right way, because that's going to either strengthen your offer because you're going to do less talking when you have all the things on your website the right way when the conference coordinator lands on your page.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to be working on it every day. I got nothing this week, no work, nothing like that. So I'm going to focus on doing this. So I hope by next week I can get you something. I will by next week. Hopefully by Friday, because I'm back on it Friday.
Okay, Friday sounds great. Did you have any other questions?
No, you mentioned we kind of messaged each other a year ago, and I'll be honest, I thought I was killing it, man. You know what I mean? Oh, 500,000. I was making the $10,000-$15,000 a month some months.
Yeah.
But there comes to a point when you realize that people are just a lot better than you, and you get humbled, and that's what my wife and we've realized, like, people just make a lot more than us. Like, what are they doing differently? Because we have what they got. We all have what others have because we're all human. We all have the abilities to gain more. So that's why I reached out to you, man. I'm like, all right, time to eat some humble pie. And I'm so glad I did, because I realized I was so far behind.
Yeah. Hey, brother, let me tell you something. That's something that we all have to go through. And I remember the first time I had to eat some humble pie. I mean, I was literally, Ryan, I was like, again, sometimes, some days I'm not in a listening mood, and I'm like, man, I'm going to figure this out on my own. And what I didn't understand at the time, for the first 7 years of my career, people on our platform hear me say this all the time. I was stuck in 3 categories. I was in broke, begging, and desperation mode. Even when I thought I was doing something and I thought I was killing it, just like what you just said, Ryan, I felt the same exact way. I'm like, bro, I'm like booking all these schools. I started getting a little older, and I started booking a university or college, and then I had all these churches, but I got tired of the inconsistent income. I got tired of them taking up a collection or a love offering, and then my income one day will be $232.37. The next week I will get an engagement at a high school. One of them will be $300, another of them will be $500. Now, listen, I started making money, but again, I started looking at other speakers. I was running into speakers at the airport. I started looking at other speakers that was crushing it at these conferences, and I wasn't speaking at these conferences. I wasn't getting that corporate money. So, Ryan, let me share this with you too, because I want to go back to addressing what you said, something about, you want to make the shift to the corporate and association market. Now, that's just pictures, and that's just controlling the narrative when it comes to what you're showing the conference coordinator. So we have to do this with a lot of people that's in the college market right now. Like, they're crushing it in the college market, but they don't have any pictures of them with a nice suit on, speaking in front of other business professionals, but they want to ramp it up and go get some corporate money. Remember, you justify and substantiate the higher fee, which you are very capable of being able to get, and you are well worth it. It's a paradigm shift when it comes to marketing. You were still operating like a motivational, inspirational speaker, like I was operating, on the lower fee level, because you didn't know how to have the proper pricing conversation at the $7,500 for 1 hour, the $10,000 for the half day program, and the $12,500 for the full day program. I believe that's what I told you should be charging, right?
Yep.
Because of your experience. I mean, you got the image, you got the whole, bro, your professional credentials are like, you have that celebrity flair to your brand, but you just never knew how to charge that, because you were like, whoa, if a school is paying me $1,000 and I'm doing 7 of those a month, that's great. But you know what I learned from the school, last but not least? The school market, I was doing 3 assemblies. I was there all day and I made $600. By the time my 3rd assembly, bro, I was worn out.
Oh yeah.
And I started realizing that I'm giving a lot, but I'm not earning a lot. Now listen, it's only but so much service work that you can do for free, Ryan. And I know you're a believer, and we all the man upstairs has all of our fate in his hands. But bro, being an entrepreneur is about revenue generating activity. Ryan, that's all we give a damn about on this platform. Does it make money at the end of the day? Because if it doesn't, we got to go back to your messaging. We got to go back to your sales tools, and we got to see how your automation is set up. Now you're just starting out. So just take it one thing at a time. Focus on the signature programs right now. Let's get the messaging going to the right target audience and the right target buyer and the right target market. Let's go get you some of that corporate and association money, because it ain't nothing sweeter than that corporate money, bro.
Okay, awesome.
Okay?
Awesome. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Love you, bro. Best to Elizabeth. We'll talk to you real soon. All right, peace. Yes, sir. Okay, Craig Johnson put something in the chat. Okay, Craig is answering the question from very early on in the group call. He said, oh, yes, I received them. Okay, and they've been working on the bio. Thanks for everything. Been having things going on. I'm back. I will use the support to assist me. Thanks for kicking me in the ass. Craig, this is what we're here for, brother. I'm glad your signature programs are up to par now. Send in your bio, read the instructions, and then make sure it's broken up into 8 separate paragraphs. The bio is a lot easier than the signature programs. Craig, finish up that so we can get you into module 2 and start working on your sales tools. You got a great brand. We want you in the community doing all the things that you want to do to get your message out there, brother. Come rolling out of this pandemic. They need you in the community helping these kids with that message. Okay, now, Tanya, okay, and Facebook is old, what did Tanya say? Facebook is old and all my friends are old too. Only a handful are new connections. Most of them need to boot anyway. Exactly. Yeah, listen, this is what I learned about all your friends are going, you watch this. You have people that you're following, but they're not following you. You have people that you support, but they're not supporting you. And when you're an entrepreneur, this is what I learned about your personal page. When you're doing business, and the moment you start promoting your stuff on your personal page, nobody's going to buy anything from you, because you're saying, here's my website, here's my telephone number, here's my email address. Again, broke, begging, and desperation mode. They don't care because they're too busy talking about some trendy thing that's happening in pop culture does not have anything to do with making money in your niche. This is why you need a business page, a public figure page, so you can strictly post things about your business on your public figure page, but you are not going to attract any traffic to it unless you got a real sales funnel set up. And this is what Auston teaches you how to do right there, building the speaker growth engine. This is why I don't care about social media. Is not social to me. I only want to show people what I want them to see that has something to do with helping them. If you're not helping people solve a problem and they can't get some kind of content that's going to help them, what are they visiting your page for? You better start understanding. You better smarten up. Your sales, your social media supports your sales funnel. Now, if you don't have a sales funnel, you're going to be a recluse. You're going to post stuff from Real Housewives of Atlanta. You're going to post stuff. You're going to repost other stuff. Why are you reposting stuff on your page? Why are you cluttering up your timeline, taking a valuable real estate space that should be used for content that is helping the conference coordinator, meeting or event planner, chair, board, or committee member? You're messing up your money if you're doing it any other way. I did it the wrong way before. Feels a whole lot better when you post stuff on there that helps you make money. That's all I can tell you. Because it's a right way and a wrong way to manage your social media. You can believe that. And Auston gets into that again in module number 5. Man, this has been a really, really great group call. Let me see. Wait a minute. Let me check make sure we got any other questions down there. I'm team IG. But wait a minute. Okay, Tanya. I'm team IG, but do repurpose on my Facebook biz page and update on my LinkedIn. Exactly. And all these social media platforms are different. LinkedIn, by the way, is a great way to write articles and share exclusive content on there as well about your niche. LinkedIn has a great article posting feature. You don't have to wait to get published. You could be publishing on your blog and you could publish yourself on LinkedIn. Again, what kind of clues are you leaving behind when the conference coordinator, board chair, or committee member goes to your public figure page? What are they going to see? They're going to see you playing games, talking shit with your friends, or they're going to really see you adding value or how you can help them do their job better. This is why the top people in digital marketing, this is why you see the same people running ads all the time. It's because those are the people that understand how to give people what they want, helping people solve problems. You are all problem solvers. If you don't look at yourself that way, forget about all the glory. You're not getting this in your hand to become a high fee speaker unless you get all this other stuff right first. Okay, Craig said he got it. No problem. Okay, Ryan, Rico said, great to meet you. And thanks for the encouragement. Yeah, see, you got other business professionals. If a professional like Ryan is top in his industry, that guy knows what he's talking about. He's full of charisma and motivation and inspiration. And what did you hear him say? He said, man, him and his wife sat down and said, we're not making enough money. It's other people out here that's doing it bigger than us. That's where the humble pie comes in that he was talking about. Oh, I know what that feels like. See, you think you're doing something on your level, but remember, the goal of professional speaking is speak less, earn more. Speak less and earn more. That means you got to start charging more and being selective about the engagements that you're accepting. You heard that man turn down $1,000. You know why? Because he just made $21,000 off of a couple simple strategies that I gave him of just how to have the right kind of pricing conversation. Instead of getting one, he bumped it up to 3. And he's getting 3. We about to bump it up to 5 and 7,500. And he's going to get more than that because he's following the blueprint. The stuff works. I don't know how many more ways I got to tell you. There's not one other speaker coach in the world who's going to tell it to you like you're going to hear from me. And it ain't one other technology person as it pertains to how to book speaking engagement, because that's all me and Austin care about. See, this is something that we built that's never been built before. So we're giving you content that works in this industry. We don't care about anything else. Tanya. Yes, I'm learning LinkedIn. That's right. LinkedIn is a very powerful tool. The organic strategy that Austin has for LinkedIn is killer, to say the least. You could be talking to 5, 10, 15 conference coordinators, meeting planners every single day. You don't want to go in for the kill and start getting on the session with them and ask them to book you to speak right off the break. You have to get on a needs assessment to see if it's going to be a good fit. When you do it the right way, it's absolutely amazing. Yes, Ryan. Well appreciated. It's always good to work with all this diverse talent that we have on our platform of people who understand that they need to take it to another level. Michelle Arnold, KT, I saw your ad on YouTube last Friday. It was great. Thank you so much, Michelle. You know, Austin tests out a lot of different variations of ads. I'm getting ready to record some more YouTube ads coming up. You want to have a diverse mix when it comes to, excuse me, when it comes to your advertising. So you want to do the free organic outreach. You know, we have had a lot of success with Facebook ads. We have had a lot of success with YouTube ads. You know, we've had a tremendous success with LinkedIn ads as well. We utilize our social media like it's an investment portfolio. Like if you had a slow investment, a moderate fund, a mutual fund or something, then you have an aggressive fund like Bitcoin. You take more risk on that, but you want to put a very little bit of money in the aggressive fund. When it hits, it'll hit big, but when you'll lose your ass if you don't do it the right way. So we utilize digital marketing as diversity of like an investment portfolio, because I don't care what I flipped over 600 houses in real estate. Do you know why I don't have a real estate sales funnel? It's because it's too many, besides Grant Cardone and many other professionals who really know what the hell they're doing. It's a lot of scumbags in the real estate space and they don't know what they're talking about. I could have easily put up a sales funnel to do real estate investing as well, but I didn't want to be in that category. And I was never passionate about real estate. I just did it for the money. I'm passionate about professional speaking. See, that's the difference. That's the difference. Yeah, I made a lot of money in real estate for me and my investors. So what? But that's the point, is that you got to go hard when it comes to picking a niche. Picking a niche. And we are very diverse when it comes to digital marketing, because you don't want to get stuck having one source of revenue. You want to create some diversity. And not real estate, the stock market, not one of them gets the kind of return on investment that we have when we spend money on paid advertising. Not one of them. You talking some of the returns on investment that we get is insane. Sometimes it's like 1,400%, 2,200%. You can't get those kind of numbers anywhere in the world. But we know how to get that with paid advertising. So digital marketing is powerful. You want an investment? Forget about your 401k. You learn how to get good at paid advertising, man, you be making so much money to make you sick. Ryan, just added you on Facebook. Thanks, Ryan. I'll make sure I accept the invitation tonight. I love connecting with my students on social media and building relationships. It's a great tool to build relationships with people. I don't just accept anybody, by the way, on my friends list. Yeah, I just don't accept anybody. I don't. I want to be connected to the right people. I want people to think like me. I want people that's in the same space as me. I want to accept people I could grow and learn from. And I learn from all of you, because all of you are different at doing something in your industry like I am. Just like you're looking to get my level of expertise, I'm looking to learn from all of you as well. It's a brotherly and sisterly love. Yeah, man, this is real. This is what happens. This is why you see people have an explosive revenue, because they have mastered the digital marketing. The same strategies, by the way, Austin's teaching you in module number 5. You're not a real leader unless you're teaching other people how to make money. Let me just be clear about that. You are not a real leader unless you're teaching other people how to get money and how to be a leader as well. Can't get it all for yourself. It's not even yours to begin with. You're supposed to share. Your life is here to serve other people. If you don't understand that, you're in trouble. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Rico's connected with Ryan. That's what I'm talking about, man. Network with people that are going through the same struggle as you. You need support as much as possible. Tanya said, me neither. I'm tired of sending Facebook sending friend requests to me and people accepting from me that I don't even send. Exactly. I don't even send out friend requests. I don't send out friend requests unless I need to connect with one of my students. If they haven't connected with me, I don't send out friend requests. I don't even use my personal. I don't care. What, I got like 100,000 something followers on my public figure page. It's real strategic with social media. I'm telling you, too many of your friends. Oh, I'm sorry. People you think are your friends. Just because somebody is a friend with you on social media does not mean that they're your friend. Oh, I learned a very, very valuable lesson. I think Ryan is trying to, Ryan trying to ask me a question? Another question?
No, sorry.
Oh, my bad, Ryan. I forgot to put I'm disabled talking. Sorry about that. I thought I saw his hand go up. Let me see. Oh, lower. Okay, I just lowered his hand. Okay, it looks like we are coming to the close of the group call, and it looks like nobody else has any other questions. Ryan just says, sweet, see you all at the top. That's right. That's right. My goal is to have everybody get there together. I want you to be successful. But remember, before you get here, and before I got there, it's a whole lot of work that went into it first. You gotta be about the work. It takes discipline to put that work in. You're gonna get there. You're going to get there and start making money. There's a lot of our students who have never made money in speaking. Then you got a lot of our students like Ryan. You got a lot of our students, you know, that are in there that's making money. They just want to take it to a whole nother level. They got other businesses besides speaking, but real speakers speak. And they're gonna figure out a way to get better, and they're gonna figure out a way to up their revenue as well. And this is what we're all about. Remember, revenue producing activities, RPA, revenue producing activities. I don't give a damn about nothing else. You're creating the signature programs so you can substantiate your value. You're creating the sales tools, website, speaker video demo, speaker info kit, so you can justify the high fee. And so you don't have to do a bunch of talking. You let the signature programs and the sales tools do the talking for you. All of you got impressive resumes and bios and work history. You're talking about people on our platform have 10, 15, 25, 30 plus years experience. You already know what the hell you're doing. Stop talking so much and let the sales tools do the talking for you. And then set up the automation so you can have your pick of the conference coordinators. Listen, when my tour schedule, when I was at the height of my career, I was booking 2007, I booked 152 tour days internationally. That's the most I've ever done in 1 year. I used to average 100 to 150 every year. I literally was throwing speaking engagements back. Nah, I don't want to do that one. No, oh, that's in Miami? Oh, word? Oh, I'm doing that. Oh, no, it's too cold there. It's too cold. And they're not paying me enough money. No, I'm gonna take that one over there. They pay me $15,000. This over here, they only offer me. I said no to $7,500. You're going to start saying no to the smaller amounts because you got better options. Now, the only way to get better options, you got to be good at lead generation. So what I suggest you do is double down on getting the messaging done and the sales tools, so you can just go ahead and write the module number 5 and do everything Auston tells you to do, because this is the reason why I don't have to take shit off of any prospects, and I don't want you to either. I don't have time to be playing games. I don't give a damn if you want to take a year to think about it. I don't care if you got the money or you don't have the money. I run a successful sales funnel. And Auston is going to teach you how to do it. And I'm going to teach you how to do it as well. So you don't have to hold your breath and let these conference coordinators play games. So you can be like Ryan and say, nah, bro, sis, I'm not taking $1,000 because I got a better offer. Well, when you got leads, you're talking to 5, 10 conference coordinators every single day. When your calendar's full with strategy calls, all you need to do is bag 1 a week. So watch this. If you're horrible at lead generation and you talk to 1 to 5 a day and you got 7 a week and you close 1 at $5,000, how would that change your life? If you had an extra $20,000 every single month, $5,000 every single week, how much time would that free up if you were earning more and speaking less? See, that's all we care about. Revenue producing activity. Revenue producing activity. If the activity that you have right now is not making you money, you need to stop. I don't give a damn if you think this feels so good. See, that's the problem. It's not supposed to feel good. If you think that the kind of money that we make feels good, no, this is hard. We make it look easy, but it's not. You got to stop trying to feel good all the time. You got to get uncomfortable. It takes discipline to be uncomfortable. Sit in the pain. Get in the signature programs. Turn it in. You know we're here to help you. But you got to do your part. I want you to get to the money. Listen, I want you to be on stage. But it's not going to happen unless you put the work in. I'm here to ensure that shit is done right. And I'm not giving you an A+ if you don't deserve it. You can forget that. Now, Tanya got what? Let me see. One quick. Okay, with the baby on the way, what is it like in the virtual speaking world right now when it comes to fees? Okay, that's a great question, Tanya. Now, a lot of people have been messing up the game because they've been speaking on Clubhouse a lot, and low fee conference coordinators because so many people have been jumping into the game, calling themselves a motivational, inspirational speaker or a life coach or some kind of consultant. There are meeting planners who have taken advantage of the system. There are meeting planners that have said, oh, you want $2,500? Well, we only have $1,250. Why do you think they're cutting the fee in half? You think they're pulling this number out of their head randomly? Because they think they can get away with it. Because your sales tools aren't strong enough and you don't have the right kind of pushback to have the right kind of pricing conversation with them. This is why you allow them to give you less. And you take it because you don't have a lead generation system that's pumping and thumping. You don't have revenue generating activity, revenue producing activity. You don't have a sales funnel set up that the lead generation has a predictable and consistent way to earn money. Because if you did, you would tell them, I don't have to speak for free. I have entertained some of these opportunities because I want to know what's going on in the marketplace. See, there's been a whole nother industry, literally, Tanya and everybody else, that has been created with fee speaking or pay speaking. In other words, you pay to get on somebody's platform. So watch this, because I book times to schedule these calls because I want to hear what the offer is. See, I want to learn the game. I want to understand what everybody's doing right now because everybody's been forced inside. So watch this. Somebody wanted me to come speak at Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas. They wanted me to pay $2,500 to be a part of this big event that they were doing in Mandalay Bay. Now I spoke at Mandalay Bay at least 7 or 8 times in my career. I'm not tripping on Mandalay Bay. I've spoken at MGM Grand. I spoke at the Mirage. I've spoken at a whole lot of hotels at Vegas. So you can't get me like that. Now, maybe if I was starting out, I ain't gonna lie, the event was like really, really big. They would have videotaped it, But I told the guy straight up, I said, bro, I get 25 to 50K every time I speak on a level that I'm on. I'm in the top 20% of leadership speakers on planet Earth. Why would I pay you $2,500 to come speak at your event? I said, you need to be figuring out a way to huddle up. This is exactly what I told him. You need to be figuring out a way to huddle up with your committee members and find my $50,000, or I'm not interested in speaking. And it was a Zoom session. If you could have saw the look on his face, he was like this. He couldn't believe that I said that to him. Because I don't have to speak for free. Because my lead generation system is ramped up at a very, very high level. We got 200 plus people that want to try to schedule call me every single day. And that's not arrogant. That's a fact. When I don't have any leads, I don't even know what that feels like anymore. And I want you to feel the same way. All the information is right there in module number 5. Now, you're not going to get it ramped up. Forget about 200. Forget about that. Just get one a day. Just talk to one conference coordinator a day. And Austin teaches you how to get a whole lot more than that. I'm just saying, if you really are horrible at it, just talk to one a day. One a day. That's 5 a week or 7 a week. And you close one, that's $5,000 a week. A lot of you could leave your job, tell somebody it'll change your life. We're talking about strategies that are going to change your life. So, to finalize that with everybody else, Tanya, I know you got a baby on the way. And it opened up a whole nother market for meeting planners. You're very welcome, Tanya. It opened up another market for meeting planners and conference coordinators, because a lot of them think about it. See, a lot of you got to stop thinking like you have to start thinking like the conference coordinator. A lot of these meeting planners, they don't have a budget. They don't have to pay for travel. They don't have to fly all their employees there. Do you know how much money that they're saving? Now, when they start talking this, I don't have a fee stuff to you, I want you to think about this. If it's a virtual event, which again, there is an entire market that has been created because of the pandemic. StreamYard and Zoom and many other online platforms are facilitating that, you know, speakers are waiting in the green room. They have a whole entire virtual experience. It's actually a lot of fun to be a part of it because it's something brand new. But think about when they say they don't have your fee. Well, think about this. You don't have a fee to pay me $5,000, yet you're doing a virtual event. You're saving cost. You now don't have to spend perhaps 65 to 75% of hard costs associated with doing a conference. I got to get all my employees there. I got a venue that I have to book. Oh, I got to deal with the banquet catering staff. I have food. I got to fly in speakers, multiple speakers, not just one. I got to pay for travel for all those speakers. Sometimes at big conferences, they have anywhere from 25 to 50 speakers. So now none of those costs are associated. You're talking about $75,000, $100,000, $200,000 worth of expenses sometimes just in hard costs to do one of these big conferences. Now, don't act like they're not making money because their members are paying, some of these conferences, they're paying $2,500 to attend one conference. And you got 2,000 people showing up at a conference. Stop with that. You don't have any money. See, the problem is you believe them when they say they don't have any money. A conference coordinator's job, especially the ones that their job is to Jew you down and give you as less as possible. So don't let them do that. When you know how to have the proper pricing conversation, they will go find your money. When the value is there, when you can substantiate the value through the sales tools and the messaging. See, my messaging is so strong because I spent a lot of money and years getting good at copywriting skills, which is your number one skill in this industry. And I tell all of you that. A qualified conference coordinator is going to go to your website and know that the value that you're delivering, if they want it and you have it and they need it, they're going to buy it. They're going to make that investment. They're going to start that purchase order process. Go find my $25,000 to $50,000 because when you deal with Kevin T. Robertson, that's what it's going to be. Because I don't have to go. So I do it at a high level. You better understand what's going on here. You want to be able to speak with this kind of confidence to say, no. Y'all got me all. You got it all wrong. Because I'm not coming for that fee. I've already spoken for that fee years ago. You're going to get tired of getting the lower fee. Believe it or not, it gets old after a while. Yeah, it's fun when you're not getting $1,000 and all of a sudden you're getting $1,000 and you're doing 5 engagements a month. $5,000 I'm getting paid. But then you start realizing that your time becomes more valuable. The time that you spend in the air, the time you're designing the curriculum, the time it takes to design the workbook, the needs assessment call. Maybe some other follow-up correspondence in between, back and forth. The actual preparation time. The actual time of performance. The time I'm away from my family. The time I got to fly back home or go to my next tour date. All that costs money. This is why you should be charging more. See, you're not looking at it like that. But you better. If you want to make it in this business, you have to have the right kind of information. Now, I don't see any more hands up. Y'all push me to the limit tonight, and I love it when you do it. I love it when you got questions. On behalf of the staff at speakerfocus.com, co-founder Auston Troyer, CTO, and Kevin T. Robertson, America's leading focus expert, I absolutely love you. And I love to be of service to you, answer these questions, and bring you this kind of information every single week. I will catch you here, same place, same time. Get your head in the knowledge. Take in some of this game and change your life. I love all of you. Stay focused on your goals and dreams.